Hello, here we are at Olive Branch out in the greenhouse today, and we're going to take you for a tour through the greenhouse of what we're doing, getting ready for springtime. We've kind of redone things in here and moved our fish around a little bit. And this is our koi tank. It's always been here, so we took the tote out and put a tank with a window in it so the fish could see out and we could see them a little better. And pretty proud of our pretty fish we got in there. And then we've been cleaning up beds and things right here, taking things out and replacing things, getting ready to the springtime come along here and this thing starts busting loose and growing. Over here we got our starters, our hot box ready to start planting and get ready for our starts for springtime. We started on that here recently. We're cleaning this bed out right here. We're taking out all this pennywort that was in here and some of the flowers and stuff we had in here. And try to give it some room. We've cleaned it up and it's thriving again. You can see our flowers here in the middle of January and below freezing outside and stuff just thriving. We've got our little lemon tree here. Been here for a while, just sitting there doing nothing, but since we cleaned this bed out and all of a sudden started sprouting and got new growth on them and all, so they're coming on pretty good right now. And then we got our, what's that called?
Aloe vera.
Yeah, our aloe vera. You can see how it's all come up going crazy in here. We got this cleaned out, you can see her. And then we're still cleaning up over here, getting a few starts, propagating some of our herbs here. We got
Rosemary
into the ground, our rosemary. And we got that root, and we're gonna put that in pots for this springtime sales and what have you. We got our eucalyptus still back there coming along good. Our elderberry trees, this is our specialty elderberries. And our fig tree back here, it's lost its leaves. It's gotten full enough that it's lost its leaves, but it's still doing good. Yeah, we're taking our elderberry mother over here. We went ahead and cut her up and got our elderberry starts going here. If you look real close, you can see them starting to bud out. So here in a couple of weeks, these will have roots on them, and we'll pop them, the elderberry plants. And we've got a couple of young cherry tomatoes that we planted in here. The tomatoes going in here again. We've actually got little tomatoes popping out on this one. Give us a couple more weeks, and we'll have tomatoes. Right here's a sucker. We need to take that off. Just seen that. And then these suckers, something we've already showed before, we can put that back in the ground right there and start another whole plant. In a few days, that thing will have roots on it, and we'll have another plant started. But this is coming along pretty good. This colder weather outside, the cool weather in here, and the warm during the days, man, these plants like it. This time of year in here is easy growing. We brought our fish inside where we could see them and people could see them and make it a little easier keeping them warm. But in here we've got a perch, we've got a hybrid perch in here. We've got a couple dozen of them in here. We feed them, see if I can get them to come up where we can see them here. A little cool this morning, so they're not too active. I see them coming up. Anyway, that's our perch. And over here we got our tilapia. This tilapia's got 150 tilapia in it. This tank here alone, in a year's time, in our system it'll produce 200 fillets, 8-ounce fillets a year, just in this one little tank right here. It's part of our food production in here. Then again, this is our mother elderberry. She was all up in here. We cut her down to do our starts over with and all. Here in a couple of weeks, she'll be perked back up here growing, getting a real bushy again. Come back better than what she was. Be thick, looks like a jungle in there. Over here, we cleaned this bed out. We've got some of our plants down. This plant was, what was this plant?
marshmallow.
Marshmallow plant. It was all bushed out and green. We cut it down here about a week ago, and it's already coming back doing good. Still got a little bit of cleanup to do in here. And here's our breeding tilapia, a little bit bigger. There's 2 to 3 pound tilapia in here. These guys is where we'll take the eggs from these guys and put them in the incubator and raise our little ones like that in that tank over there. Nice fish in here. Back here in our where our fish room was at, we're taking this down, moving our fish in there. We're gonna keep this tank for an emergency tank, so if we have any problems in there, I have somewhere to go with my fish. We're keeping it tied into the system, keeping it warm. We're doing this so we can be easier to keep the place heated for this winter. It won't cost us as much. So we are going to continue to keep pissing out here. And it'll get cold in this end of the greenhouse. We'll be taking these other tanks down. We're going to take the tank down and we're going to move it to the other side for our cold little crops because we're going to be planting here pretty quick. Also, beets and radishes and cabbages and a bunch of stuff we're going to plant here this time of the year to show you in 30 days what kind of crop we got. We got a solar heater on the wall right there. And we pump the water out of this tank through that solar heater. And right now it's warming that water every hour, 30 degrees warmer per hour. That thing works real well when the sun's shining, man. That puts up some hot water. We're doing that little test, this peddling with it, because we're going to take one of our sections on the greenhouse over there on a big section and make a big one of them to try to heat the greenhouse and all the water in this greenhouse with it by solar. So far, we're pleased with what we've learned and what we're finding out with it. Pretty easy. This is the old top. It's got water in it, but it's down right now. We'll keep our water plants in here through the winter time and try to keep them surviving in here. So come springtime, we'll pull our plants out of here to replenish our plants for the spring festivals and flower sales and stuff. Right now it's a little cool in here, a little bit cool water, so it's suffering a little bit, but they'll be all right. They'll winter just fine right there and come out of it. Here's our leftover koi and goldfish that we use to stock our systems with that we build. We're fixing to take what's left here, put in the tank over on the other side to open this other section up. We're going to be doing that here in the next few days, this week, maybe. This is our wastewater from everything that we make our outdoor fertilizers with, from the garden outside or hay fields, stuff like that and all. Or I can put it back into my system. And I may end up using it for my other system over here that won't be tied into this one. And I may get my nutrients from here to raise my lettuce and stuff. Ain't quite decided, but this is going to be going here for a few months. All of our tool room in the back, all the junk. We work on everything. But then on this side, we've added a few beds through here. We're gonna get them up and going. All that side is tied into the system you've seen over there. But this side over here is gonna be a separate system. And I'm gonna take that tank, I'm gonna tie it into those beds, and I'm gonna try doing some wicking beds in with my media beds. Putting the water back into the fish. That's typically not done. Usually it can create problems, maybe a disease and all, but we're going to try to figure out how we can incorporate them in and run it and get this thing working safely and do some root crops in that and have a little dirt in the system. So that's something we're going to play with, fiddle with. I feel comfortable with it. I've done this long enough and the others, I don't think it'll be a problem. And I think we're going to find out some other things that we can grow that we typically can't grow in here. Just something to play with. I'm very excited about it. Can't wait to see how it turns out. But then 6 beds will be our, we'll call our salad beds. We'll have lettuce, kale, spinach, radishes, 2 or 3 other things, cabbages and stuff. Our winter crops basically we're going to put in there. And this water won't be heated, it'll be cold water. It'll just be with the natural elements of the temperatures, you know. I'm not gonna alter the water temperature or anything, so it's gonna be a cool weather crop, you know, but I believe I can produce each bed every 30 days. We can harvest it on these items I'm talking about. Can't wait to get it going. We'll have it going here in the next couple of weeks. This is some of our leftover stuff from last year that we had planted. Some of our yarrow that went crazy. Radishes. These radishes here we've been growing for our chickens. We feed our chickens this because it's good for them and a good antibiotic for them and all. We harvest this for our rabbit food, chicken food. And this is some of our peppers that survived. Still doing good. And if you look, we're getting all kinds of little blooms. We're not even maintaining these beds right now. They're just surviving on their own. Doing good. You see where we cut stuff back early on, starting to come back. This is one of our beds we're going to use for our starter plants. We're keeping it wet and going. We'll be putting starter plants in there for this coming year. And in this bed, we're not maintaining it either, but you see where we cut the old foliage off and all, and the seeds fell, but you can see all these little plants that's popped up. I'm not heating this side, I'm not heating the water, and I don't want it to freeze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of plastic and lay over this to hold that heat and keep these from freezing. And hopefully they'll survive this cold spell we got coming. And then we'll be able to pull each one of these little plants up and put them in a pot. We're going to have thousands of toothache plants for this coming season. And this is part of the sick beds that we're fixing to get growing. I know this lettuce right here, the test we done recently on it, we can go from seed to harvest that size there in 30 days. So every 30 days we'll be harvesting these beds, and each bed will hold 166 heads. So that'd be 166 lettuces. I mean, not lettuces, but 166 salads. So if we take this bed and it was lettuce, and that bed was spinach, that bed there was kale and radishes and so on. As we harvest each bed, we'd have what makes up one lettuce, one salad. I mean, so I'm excited about getting that going. And then this is the end. This is the backboard. That's just some of the stuff that we're working on right now, some of our everyday stuff. As we progress here, we're going to post some more so you can see how it goes and what we got going. Just trying to make it part of what's going on out here inside the greenhouse. It's cold outside, so we're going to spend more time in here right now. So follow us, keep an eye out for progress in here, you know, because we're fixing to start spending a lot of time in here. Thanks.